Mess, silver stacking single mama, here to admit once again, I am the most irresponsible person you know, but I'm coming out of it. How is that, you say? Because I gotta learn this knowledge I'm about to drop on y'all. And it's changed my life, and I want it to change yours. So I have a story of the day. I was in the dollar store, and this woman is talking to her friend, and I cannot help but overhear, of course, same aisle, dollar store, it's small. And she's talking about how she is waiting on Section 8 housing, Medicaid, all this stuff to come through, because she doesn't want to have to count on no man. Those were her words, not mine. But I'm thinking, no, lady, just the man. Like, wowzer, you're relying on government funding and housing to make your way in this world. And I'm sad for that person, because I want to pull her aside and like tell her, no, please don't do that. But, you know, she wouldn't listen to a word I would want to tell her, I'm sure. So today, though, I want to talk about the lies people believe when it comes to precious metals. I intend to counter these lies with the truth. I don't have a graph or a pie chart or a bunch of statistics I'm going to throw at you, but I'm literally just going to tell you the truth. And if you want to figure out if I'm telling the truth, you are welcome to research it, which would be great. And I can help you with that. So one of the things I want to start out saying is gold is not just for rich people, and it was never intended to be. I unapologetically believe God created silver and gold to be money. Nothing else. Man created fiat currencies. And I won't believe that God's plan for mankind is to utilize corrupt monetary system controlled by a few central banks, who are in turn really just a front for a few elite oligarchs. They ultimately pull all the strings behind all the scenes. A debt-based financial system is not scriptural. And in fact, it goes against any scriptural principles. For the non-believers, I'll save continued scriptural arguments for another time. But what does this mean? This means that silver and gold should be owned by everyone, not just the elite and the wealthy. You may own a little jewelry from grandma or a nice family heirloom watch from great grandpa. So you hold on to it because you have this intrinsic understanding that gold and silver is valuable. You hold on to it because it was handed down to you too. So there's also that nostalgia attached to it, which makes that item bring emotion, right? So we have the intrinsic knowledge that it's gold, like how cool grandma left that to me, but you might hold on to it because of nostalgia, which comes from emotion. So we kind of lose the truer knowledge of the value that could be offered from our nostalgic desire to hold on to the item, meaning we don't hold on to it because it'll be very much more valuable for us or our children later. We hold on to it because grandma wore it all the time. So since we all have this inherent knowledge that gold and silver are valuable, then we need to get over the lies that we have been made to believe for far too long and start looking at the truth. And by the way, in case you didn't notice, because for some reason nobody does, because I guess I wear my hair up too often, I cut my hair myself. Not too shabby, right? So, okay, lie. This is the lie. I can't afford silver, let alone gold. It's too rich for my blood. Oh yeah, I wish. That's what I get when I try to show people what I have, and those are the answers. The truth is, today silver was at $15.59 an ounce. So that's about where it's been, between 15 and 17 for a year and a half at least. 1 single ounce a month would begin a decent stack in the course of 1 year. Imagine 4 ounces a month. I mean, you'd be having like plenty. So gold can be bought in grams, which means I can and do buy gold for as little as $45. 1 gram of gold a month is easier to store than silver over time. If your goal is to buy and cash out in the short term, I can teach you what ways to do that. I can also teach you how to plan a better life for your children by putting money into a long-term investment. I have other YouTubes that talk about that. So I feel like I'm falling down here a little bit. Anyway, I have other ones that talk about that a little bit, but I'm always willing to personally speak to anybody who has questions. Another lie: gold is for winners. Only the top-notch people who have gifted talents and minds that I could never attain, right? That's a lie. Gold medals and gold standards and all that stuff, again, comes from the inherent knowledge that gold is valuable. When people make it seem unreachable, like the Olympic gold medal is going to the best of the best, or for example, we're the gold standard in heart care, we are the best, come to us, or reaching that fundraising goal of we made gold and all the money we raised, which is a very high amount usually because we're not trying to raise $500 for something. We are led to believe in an even deeper way that is far worse than making us believe we can't afford it, and that is that we don't deserve it. Let that sink in, because you do deserve to own gold and silver. You deserve it, and you can do this for yourself. Another lie. Gold and silver is risky, like the stock market and other risky investments. It's all going up and down all the time. The truth. While prices do go up and down sometimes with precious metals are nowhere near as risky as betting on any kind of paper. Also, when we see a market crash or a bubble burst, which is about to happen in the near future, the price goes up. Okay? The price goes up for precious metals. You should be buying now, because if we are on the verge of a market crash, it's like a really low price and the value of it will shoot up very soon in the next year or less, to some people, or the next even 5 years. That's important. So like other crashes, it will settle out and it will come back down to a lower, affordable, well, affordable is not the right word. It will lower price than after the crash. Why is that? Because it was the only, why does it go up at the time and then come down? Well, because at the time everybody's freaking out and they're going, oh my gosh, I just realized that everything I did was a bad idea. And then all the other people who still have some money are like, better stack up on the gold and silver because all the paper is going bye-bye. And so there's an increased demand because everything else is failing. What we know is that silver and gold are the only investment to continue to steadily rise regardless of rare upswings and downswings. Don't get me started on real estate. I know that the people out there are going to say real estate. I'm not saying ever going to say real estate's bad, but I'm going to say you should have real estate working for you, not just owning some piece of land somewhere. Story for another time. Robert Kiyosaki can finish up on that. So look, whether you want to believe me or not, this country and the powers that be have for over 100 years now bamboozled you, pulled much wool over your eyes so that you will be right where you are at this moment, believing those lies I just discussed. Our government creates worthless paper, forces us to use it, as well as pay taxes with it. Please see my video on if I gave you a 10-ounce bar for more information on that. The government also wants us all to utilize government funding so that they can swing and control our votes and minds. We are never taught any truth about money in our school systems. We are led to believe by Wall Street that paper is the best thing. Oh, put your money into stocks, put your money into bonds, put your money into CIDs. And yeah, that's a great idea because that's the only thing we know how to do. We don't know how to do gold and silver. Come on, but you can. The banks even lead you to believe you should set up your kids with a digitized worthless savings account in the bank where they can lend it out, and they actually control all of that money in the bank. So please don't do that. Please wake up, people. Don't put your money in a bank. Forget stocks and bonds and CIDs if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Just don't do it if you don't know what you're doing. Now, I know most times this information for people is like bringing atheists to Jesus. People will refuse the truth even when it is right in front of their faces. You'll find excuses because changing the mindset means looking back at all you ever knew and believed and saying to yourself, whoa, wait a minute. That was all wrong? That was a lie? A setup to control me? Because we want to feel like we're not controlled, right? We're free thinkers and we're woke. There is a thing called faux woke, okay? I get it. It is not easy because I went through it too. And it was a hard several days when some things kind of just became clear to me that were truth, and I accepted it. But thank God I did, because my life is significantly better today because of my willingness to believe something else could be true and researching it and finding only more truth and more to back up that truth. I will continue to try to bring others to it. I will continue to be frustrated and sad for those who will not see it and wish to remain in their comfortable boxes, punching the clock, knowing what time to go to work, knowing what time to punch out, paying those taxes to our national debt, and being a slave to the man. Maybe you don't need no man to take care of you, but you better get out from under that man, or you will bring your family down with you. Think about that. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button, comment whether you agree or don't, and have a great week. I challenge you this week, educate yourself more on money starting today. Good night.